Lucia.
Yeah, mate.
Let's go. No, but that's the only version I know. I don't know the real. Welcome back to my channel and a new video from me, TinaSarafina, and we have a wonderful guest with me here today. Sauda is back, guys. I missed her, you guys missed her, so we had to follow your requests. So she's back again.
I'm back.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And so, where are we? Maybe we should say where we are.
Yeah, we are in Sweden. As you can see, we have our little Christmas lights going on here.
And it's actually like not even 5 o'clock, and it's this dark outside.
This is how dark it is.
Can you imagine? Like
life is completely different.
It's so different.
It's so different from like half a year ago. I mean.
Yeah. So we're supposed to talk about that, right? How it feels being back.
How it feels being back. Why we are back. What happened? Was there any dramatic things that happened? And just how we're feeling today and what the plan is for the coming year, I guess.
Yeah.
So, are you ready?
I am, yeah.
We got our tea.
Yeah.
You go get your tea. And
this is our Swedish bread. Christmas bread. It's
saffron bread, but we call it lussekatter.
Yeah, lussekatter. So we are celebrating the Christmas spirit with some tea, some saffron buns, and some darkness and light, basically. Yeah.
So let's get it started.
Yeah.
So first question is, when did you leave Zimbabwe? When did you leave Africa?
I left the last of July, and I was back the 1st of August in Sweden.
Yeah.
But then I didn't really I was in Sweden for like some weeks, and then I just traveled around.
Oh yeah, you were living your best life. So you had like a hot girl summer.
I was like, yeah, I'm back Europe, I'm gonna do all the fun, I traveled and I met my friends and we traveled, and then, I basically did not really come back to Sweden.
Yeah.
I came back to travel.
Yeah, that was literally kind of what I did. So I left Tanzania, in June, I think like mid or end of June, and then I came to Sweden for my best friend's wedding. It was amazing and beautiful, and then after that I went to the States for a whole summer, and then I was back like September and started working immediately. So yeah, I've been like really in Sweden since September.
Wow.
Beginning of September.
Yeah, I guess me too.
Yeah.
But we're gonna come back to that later.
To that later. So yeah, now you guys know when we left and how long we've been back. So why did you leave Africa or Zimbabwe?
Do you want to start?
Should I start? Okay. Yeah. So there's several reasons to why I left. I absolutely loved being in Tanzania, living there. I just love Africa in general and living in one of the African countries. I love Rwanda, by the way, I gotta say.
Oh my god, me too.
I love it. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
But I felt like my development career-wise was not the place for me to be in Tanzania at the moment. So I was doing, freelancing with vlogging, and I realized that was my own discovery that this is something I want to do as a hobby, and I think it's fun, and I didn't want to add the pressure of having it as my only income, and that's why I just I got tired basically about vlogging. And then the second job I was doing, it was a help organization, so it was with the UN, after being inspired by Sauda. And after that internship period was finished, it was basically that project was done and there was no possibility to continue. And I met really cool people and it was interesting work, but I didn't see that as that there was a next step in that field. And also I think I realized that I didn't necessarily want to continue in the help organization world. And if you want to have a good job in TZ, either you have to have a successful business, which is very difficult to do, and I'm going to talk about that later, or you are being hired by a foreign company, so you get foreign salary level, or it's a help organization. So I just found it very difficult to find work there that pays well and that is not a help organization because I didn't necessarily want to work in that realm. And I got a better opportunity to continue in the finance world and the finance business in Sweden. So I took that chance, and I'm in a level where I now want to, invest in property, like buy my own place. I want to excel my competencies in finance and just develop in that. And I didn't find that path in Tanzania, but that was offered in Sweden. So that's why I left.
Nice. Well, for me, it was like as I was going or reaching the end of my contract, the options were either like I look for a new job, or like I could have the conversation with my employer to like renew my contract and stay for another year, or I could also just go back. But I felt like after being for the UN for like 2 years, I felt like I've done what I could have done. I got like a new project at the end, which was very funny, or like very nice project. I could have gone on and like stay in Zimbabwe, but like a lot of things were happening. Like the economy was becoming worse than when I started being there. So it was just like, I work for a company or like an organization, not a company, an international organization that works with development. But if you look at the country's development since I came, it's actually gone down because of political issues and, a lot of issues that the country has. And I just felt like, I wanted to do something else. Not just that, but also I felt like I'm quite young. Like I have like my youth, and like I felt like
so many years ahead
I'm so many years ahead of me, and I felt like I was becoming as the organization that I was working for, and I was not being an individual person, and I needed to have this freedom. So my way of remembering freedom was when I was studying. So I decided to come back and start my master's, and that's kind of what I've been doing. So I'm doing my master's in environmental economics. So
it was so fun because we met. The company that I work at were actually having a booth in the university because we want to recruit new graduates to start in our company, and or they could also be future customers. So our company likes to be out in universities and attend those kind of events. And then Sauda was like, Tina! I was like, oh my god!
And then I was like coming in, I was so tired, I was late to my class. I don't even know if I went to my class. I was like, you are in Sweden and I am in Sweden. Oh my god, and you were in, because it was in another town, so it wasn't even in Stockholm. It was in Uppsala. So I was like,
yeah, what are you doing here? Yeah, I was so happy. Like we were just talking to each other about like when it comes to being in companies and being the only black person in companies and diversity.
We're just in class.
And then it was so just nice to see another face, like a familiar face there. It's like, oh my god, that's so fun.
And someone who you can relate to, because we've been having kind of the similar experience, and like we both were back and how it feels to be back. So we're like, we need to do like something about this.
So that's why we left Africa.
But we still miss Africa though.
We still miss. We love it. It's still in our hearts. And I'm gonna be there so like over and over and over again. And who knows, if the opportunity ever presents itself, it's not impossible for me to like.
I'm probably gonna go back soon.
Yeah.
As soon as my master's is done, I'm okay.
We're so lucky being in the Swedish system that we can go to school for free. So why not come back and finish your master's, and then when you're done with that, you'll see where the road takes you.
I got a lot of comments on that. They're like, wait, your education is free? And I felt so like, I'm so privileged. So why am I not using, like, you got so many privileges to use them, and then use them to recruit more people, whatever. So I feel like this is an opportunity to.
Yeah, for sure. So the next question is a little bit more pertaining to me.
Okay.
So I'm thinking a lot of you guys, please comment.
Okay.
Because I'm going to probably talk about things that maybe you recognize. So you probably wondering what happened to that business you were talking about, because I didn't really mention a lot about it, but I think in one video, and definitely personally I've told to Sauda, I was like, I want to do a business in Tanzania, and that's what I'm going to live off. I want to say that I was kind of delusional of the difficulty of, and right now I work in a company where our clients are, the time. Right now, I'm working in a company where our clients are business owners, and just seeing the everyday hustle and struggle of being a business owner, is very real. So what happened was, my plan was, together with my cousin who was born and raised in Tanzania, like local, we were gonna do a tour company business. And it sounded so good when our heads were in the cloud, like, yeah, we are, we know we have contacts. We can just, I have contacts in Sweden. There's so many people who want to see how Tanzania is. We're going to make bank. Like, there's so many people who want to watch, and as the YouTube channel, as a platform, so many people are going to want to come to TZ. We have customers. But there's a lot of logistical things that you need. And when I was counting everything, the profit margin was so small. So we would need a vehicle, because we can't ask people to take dala. We need vehicles. And then the distances to Tanzania are huge. Like, you can't go, if you're maybe in Dar for one day, you can't have being in Dar all the time necessarily. So maybe they want to go to safari. So going up north is like a huge event going up there. It's not a huge event, but like, people need to be willing to pay an extra domestic ticket plane to go up there. You need a tour guide that is knowledgeable. And for me personally, I want to run an ethical business, so I don't want to pay somebody little change for doing of it. Like, you need to be educated to be a guide. There's so many tourist courses in Tanzania because of the business that is there, and these people have educated themselves for several years in order to be good guides, give good information, and be knowledgeable. So obviously you want to be able to pay them a fair wage. But at the same time, I wanted to be one of those companies that can give affordable tour company. And then I've seen like these like Black Voyager or Black blah blah tour guide, like tour group, they arrange tour group trips, and they're ridiculously expensive. I feel like they're like robbing you. But now I understand why, because with all the things that you need, the profit margin to be worth it. So like, if I would have it as low price that I would have wanted to, and then we're splitting it with my cousin, it would be like $5 per hour or something. Like, it would be extremely little. Like, this is not something I'm earning something on. This is maybe something I do for fun, and so I can do break even, so I can go plus minus zero. And so for me, it wasn't a feasible business idea. And then my cousin did find somebody, a guy with vehicles, and had a little bit of, he had some knowledge or experience in tour guide stuff. And then another guy who had other experiences. So all of a sudden we were 4 people, and like dividing then that small profit margin of 4 people, I was like, nah, I'm out. I'm done. Thank you. Like, it's okay. And I just didn't feel like it was feasible. So after that, and we had created the company and everything. We had registered, we had paid for the registration and all of that. But after that, when I actually crunched the numbers, it didn't add up.
It didn't, okay.
It didn't add up, and I was like, wait, I'm not gonna spend, like, when you do a business, in the first couple of years, a lot of people always talk about, like, you're not making money.
That's what I was thinking about also. So maybe it was a good idea, but maybe you guys weren't ready for it.
Exactly. Yeah. I was definitely not ready for it. Like, I didn't have, like, I had a big amount of savings, but that savings I kind of want to invest in, like, my first house or first apartment, and then like building my life, because I'm kind of ready to go to the next step soon, having a family and all of those things. And then I don't want to sit here splitting $5 per hour with 4 different people. So that wasn't feasible for me. And then I also had that I just wanted to raise my competencies in other areas, like in finance. So I wanted to work, and kind of gain more experience and knowledge before I go out into my own thing. Second, I actually tried to do like a clothing line, and I did, and I had like, I maybe still have the Instagram, it's still open, it's called Mavazi, and it was such cute clothes, and then little hair pieces, and she's wearing them. I actually really love them.
I love them.
And what I noticed, a lot of people from Sweden was like, oh my god, Tina, can we get them? My friend was like, oh my god, Tina, there's so many people asking me about these clothes, you have to bring some. And they do sell, but in Tanzania, my first idea was to sell them in Tanzania because that's where I was living. But that doesn't work there, because they can just see the pictures, go to their fundi, their tailor, and be like, make this for me. So you can't sell anything when it comes to clothing in TZ, because the amount of money that you want for the clothing is not something that people will pay over there. But in Europe, in America, or in Europe, they will pay that price. But then you have to think about the shipping. And the shipping itself, for that small marginal clothes that I was comfortable investing to create those clothes, the shipping would have made it like, it's just too expensive. It would mean that I would have to pay for a ticket to maybe travel with the clothes in a suitcase. And that wasn't, I don't know, you have to do things in scale in order for it to get back. And I didn't have the money to invest in a huge batch of clothing. I had maybe like 15 pieces that I started with. And then I can't ship 15 pieces with the... And I would have to add a lot on the clothes. And again, I want to make somehow kind of affordable clothes, but at the same time, pay the tailor the right price and also get money where it's worth it for me. Otherwise, it's just a hobby.
Yeah,
it's not a living, it's a hobby.
But I listened to one podcast, I think, I don't remember the name of it. And the guy who's a very like famous entrepreneur, who was like, don't do it. That was his way. He was like, if you want to start a business, don't do it. And saying what you're saying, because what he did was basically he tried to eliminate those who were scared, to just be like, you know, don't do it, because it's like so stressful, it's like so much work and you don't earn money, so save yourself some time and then don't do it. So basically that's what he said, and I was like, you know, I'm not ready. So basically, and then those who really want to start a business, encourage them to be like, I'm going to prove you wrong. So basically I think that was what he did. And because I don't know if I've always been like, I want to do a business, but I really don't know if I'm ready, because I don't want to.
I mean, and I'm not saying that this is never going to do my own business, but for now, this is not what I want to do, because I kind of want to establish myself and have my place and, you know, be stable. And I'm actually way more happier now when I have a steady income that is good. So now we're going to talk about, what are we doing today? Well, what's going on?
What's going on is, as I said, I'm doing my master's, but I actually took a break from my master's because when I came back, I traveled a lot, and then I never had the time to actually take time and meet my family and my friends in Sweden very well. So I was only there was a lot of books and a lot of reading, so I ended up like traveling back and forth between two cities and never like having actually time to do anything like study or do my master's. So I decided for a month to take a break, which is now in December, and just hang out with family, hang out with friends, reconnect, because I noticed that relationships are very important. So I'm just trying to not establish, but reconnect with my old relationship. So
that's what we were talking about, how when we've been gone for so long, our relationship, like our friendships that we had, they kind of like start to
fade away.
They just like not invest anymore in the relationship, because they feel like, oh well, you're never here, so why should I put an emotional investment into this? And you kind of notice like, oh my god, nobody calling me no more, or like maybe they're what do we go like passive aggressive.
Someone was like, oh, let's see how long you can be here now. And I was like, what?
It was like, oh my god, you also get that?
And it was like one made a bet, like, I will give you 1,000 Swedish kronas if you can stay here for 2 months. And I was like, what the is this really the like, is this how you guys see me?
Because we're so, and I think for us being the people who are always going around, we don't necessarily see it as leaving people behind or not caring about them, but just so we're doing what we love and want to do. But then you forget to think, wait, okay, how do these people actually feel about that? And we both agreed that, oh, okay, maybe we need to invest more in those relationships if we want to keep them. Otherwise we're gonna end up being alone.
I don't want to be alone.
I don't want to be alone either.
But I mean, I feel like family like always is there, but things happen in family's life as well. Like, so you need to reconnect and just say hello. Christmas, I don't know.
So it does feel good to be back now, but I still, for me, I don't regret anything about being in TZ. It was just so amazing, and being, now I've seen 6 African countries. Like, I wanted to go to so many more. You went to Mozambique. I really wanted to go to Mozambique.
Oh my god, I think you would love it. You would really, really. I was visiting my friend in another city yesterday, by the way. So we went to Mozambique together, and we talked about how that was the best, like, relaxing and relaxing vacation ever. Because we went to a hotel, a beach. We were the only 2 people there. Can you imagine a 5-star hotel and you're the only people there?
Yourself.
And the beach. I was like, and then I went to Barcelona during summer, and I was like, why are there so many people here? Like, it was just so nice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
everything's really crowded here in Europe.
Yeah.
Like I was in Portugal in freaking November and it was crowded everywhere.
Go to like Africa. No one like goes to Mozambique because they're like.
But it's a beautiful country with like beach and blue water.
It felt like Tanzania but untouched a bit because Tanzania is becoming touristy, but that wasn't really at all. So I really recommend it. That's the new
That's a new place, Mozambique.
That's the new when Tanzania becomes a tourist place. Haha.
Let me go next door.
Next door. Yeah.
So yeah, that's. There was something more that we wanted. Oh yeah, maybe we should give like some tips. What tips would we say to people who want to relocate to some African country for a period of time, or like how did you like it, and what's your tip to them?
Okay, before I go to tip, when I say that I learned is like coming back, and then I can answer that question, is that I talked about it a little bit, but one of my biggest lesson is really like how important relationship is, because as I said before, when it was like, oh, what do you miss, and I was like, I don't really miss anything, but when I came here I was like, I do miss things. I do miss stability. I just started to think about things in a different kind of way, and I think I got that perspective because I got to be away from Sweden, so then I could appreciate things that I have in my country even more. Like I don't take things for granted as much as I used to do. That's one thing I've learned. And then now I can answer your question. The question was tips to people, right? To all the viewers out there. I don't know what country you come from or where you are in the world, but if you want to move, make sure to just have the courage to do it, number one, and then make sure to have a little bit of money is a very important thing, so have some savings, please. Yes. And just think, because a lot of people, they don't think about things that can actually happen.
I met some people who got in trouble just because they didn't plan.
Yeah, so planning is I mean, you can't just plan to a certain extent, but do have some planning at least. That's one tip I want to do, and do some research. People don't value doing research, but it's actually good to do research. So those are the things. But just having the courage to do it is the most thingy.
And when you're there, be open and curious to know people and to realize that you're like in a whole different environment and appreciate every little thing that comes your way.
And do you know, a lot of people have come up to me and be like, oh, I saw your Q&A before, like I traveled to where, and I was like, what? I met your friends couple and I couldn't remember, and then finally I remember. She was like, oh, I saw your Q&A because my sister wanted to travel to Eritrea and you helped her, and I was like, what the it was like, you and Tina, you're like your inspiration, and I was
my god, that's so nice. That's so nice.
Wow.
I have no clue how many in Sweden that are actually watching us. I also wanted to say, so guys, I've been really MIA, and there's so many reasons to that. Like social media was stressing me out, and we just talked about it. You took away the Instagram,
everything. I took away all the apps.
All the apps.
I can't. It was stressful.
It's so stressful. It was just like more than being like a creative outlet. It became like pressure to perform and to post and to have this image. And I was like, no, I can't do this. So that's why I've been MIA. And even like I was talking to Maya. I know you guys watch him like a couple of weeks ago, and he was like, hey Tina, what's up? Where are you? Because there's been people asking me where you are. I was like, really? And then I asked your friends in TZ where you were. They didn't know. And I kind of just like went off the map because I really didn't think anyone would care. But apparently some of you did care and even reached out to Guatemala asking him if he knew what I was, but which he didn't know. So shout out to you guys. We're alive, both of us.
We're just living a life.
We're living our lives.
Living a life, but you don't need to be on social media to live your life.
You don't have to be on social media. Like, we're still doing so well.
Doing what we want to do.
But yeah, we're both living our life and just taking strides to
become the best version of ourselves.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, that's where we've been, what we're doing, and that's it.
thank you guys for listening.
Yes, thank you so much, you guys, for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, this channel is still going to exist, and maybe occasionally I'll post something, and maybe sometime bring Sauda if she wants to, because I do think sometimes it's fun to discuss certain topics. So this channel, I'll probably still post like sometimes maybe about hair, maybe about financial tips, or
Should do one about private finance,
because I think that's really interesting. Or maybe sometime even when I travel, because I do still travel, so I still love to travel. I'll be at Afro Nation next year in Portugal.
Oh my god, okay.
So I'm gonna vlog that next year.
Wow.
Wow. So yeah, this channel is still gonna exist, maybe in smaller. I'm not gonna upload as often, but we are very appreciative of all the love that we've received. And we'll see you next time.
Let's go again. Ciao.